I ain't never moved much up here, but I was sitting up here and God, she shifted on me. He shifted on me. I was going to talk to you today. I was going to talk to you today about what happens when you lose your head.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was going to talk about you to what happens when you lose your head. And but then when I got up here, you know, God, he'll change stuff on me.
Yes, he will.
And I'm sitting up here, and next thing you know, he's like, no, don't be talking about it. He said, I want you to talk about I will wrestle until I win. I will wrestle until I win. I wrestle until I win. So fighting, wrestling is a little different. Amen. See, fighting, you don't keep your hands on someone that's long. You understand? You might punch them, but you're trying to get back. You bobbing and weaving. But in wrestling, there cannot be a wrestle without touching. So there's a constant touching in wrestling. You understand? And so God said today, I want you to talk to the people about wrestling until they win. Someone said, I will wrestle. I will wrestle till I win. And now here's the thing. Sometimes you'll have to wrestle family members. Well, what do you mean, Pastor? Based in the Bible. I just picked one. Genesis 30 and 8. Genesis 30 and 8. God changed it. He changed it. Genesis 30 and 8 says this. And Rachel said, with great wrestling. Well, how did Rachel say it?
With great
wrestling. With great wrestling. Now, if she said it with great wrestling, in my thinking, she wasn't physical. She was saying it because she wrestled with the mouth, with the voice. She said it with great wrestling. You understand? There's two forms of wrestling. You know, you can wrestle in the physical or you can wrestle in the mental. The mental, I'm saying, is with your mouth. So as a man speak, so is he. Now here's the thing. So she said with great wrestling. Now she said, I have wrestled with my sister. She said it with great wrestling with her mind. And then she said and made it known that she wrestled in the physical. She said, I wrestled with my sister. Do you understand? You see how sometimes in the Bible you can wrestle with yourself? Y'all know the two brothers that was in the womb? And even before they was born, brought out into the scene, the one brother holding the brother's leg. I'm going to come out first. You'll wrestle with your family. You're going to wrestle family members. But you ain't got to hate family members. Wrestling is just to make you strong. Wrestle family members. You'll wrestle people you know. You'll wrestle people you don't know. But what happens when you wrestle people for your vision?
Wow.
What happens when you wrestle people for the promise that God has made to you? How do you get past it? What happens? How do you go past the shout of wrestling to the manifestation of wrestling? I come to church, but I get a shout of wrestling, but I don't get a manifestation of wrestling. So now I'm wrestling within myself the shout that I gave, and not the manifestation, because the manifestation doesn't come from the shout. The manifestation comes from the word behind the shout. Some of us, we shout the wrestling, but we're supposed to speak and believe and understand and comprehend. And then we're able to go out there and fight, talking about put hands on this enemy. Because the enemy's desire is to wrestle and to tell you that you can't have the vision because the vision is not yours. The vision is theirs, but it's not yours. So the enemy's job is to get you fully persuaded that you can't win. So he throws little stuff at you to size you out, to see how much you're worthy. See, the enemy understands that if there's no word, there's no power. You understand? And if there's little word, there's what? Little power. If there's much word, it's much power. See, the authority comes by the word. Because the word is placed in you. So that when we know that we wrestle the enemy. Here says this in Ephesians 6 and 10 and 12. Finally, my brothers, be strong. Why? Be strong how? Be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Putting on the whole armor of who?
God.
He says that ye may be able to stand against what? The wiles of the devil. We know we wrestled against the enemy. We know we wrestled against the devil. And then it says this, for we what? Wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principality. We wrestle stuff that live by principles, principalities. See, this is why we lose some fights. Because what Pastor Bates trying to do is give people to live by principles of the word. Principles work. Principalities. You wrestle against principalities, but you have no principles. How do you wrestle a principalities with no principles?
That's good.
So you want to go wrestle a principality with what? Your mind, how you think, how you perceive, how much hurt you been in. Oh, they did me wrong. They did. Look, take you in your wrong out the door. Because I'm wrestling against principalities. There's principles in this thing. That's why the word hit you back. Are you fornicating? Are you adultery? Are you sleeping around? Are you all three the same things? God. Somebody must be tearing it up in here. All right, but here you go. I mean, the Bible, I didn't say it, I'm just saying. I didn't even get to the drinking, I didn't get to the lying. You know what I'm saying? The Holy Spirit just had me, I'm just saying, look, it hits you back.
That's it.
It gives you a gut blow, the word does.
That's good.
Principles. The Bible is it flows off principles. Your purpose is principles. Principles keep you flowing. So look. That's when you start having, see, principles carry you into a whole nother dimension of God.
That's good.
Principles that make you say, hold on, we can't do this. We ain't 15, 16 years old. We grown. We either gonna tie the knot or untie it. But we can't live like this. Principles make you make decisions. And so he says, we wrestle not but against principalities, against powers. But the word is my power.
Wow.
So you trying to wrestle off your flesh power. You can't even get the principles right, but now you got to go and wrestle spiritual powers.
Wow.
How am I able to fight spiritual power? To fight power with the word against rulers of darkness of this world. How do you wrestle a ruler of darkness? Only prince can wrestle rulers of darkness. They rulers. You are flesh. You rule nothing. So now how do I fight a prince of power? A ruler of darkness? Because God said I am a prince. I am a priest. I'm of a royal priesthood. He says, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Wow.
The enemy came from a high place. He understands the principles of high place. He understands the power of high. That's why he failed. But see, in your mind, we sit back and say, get the enemy under our feet. The enemy's not under your feet. He's flying over your head. That's why he said, how you going to wrestle against high places? You need to get higher than them.
Wow.
The only way to get higher than the enemy is to get in God, because it gets no higher than God.
Yeah.
He created the heavens in the earth.